An Unholy Alliance by Dr. Michael Youssef. Hope on the horizon. A few years ago, while I was visiting a Middle Eastern nation, I met with a highly placed Muslim official. As we talked, he leaned toward me and said, "Dr. Youssef, can you tell me why the Muslim Brotherhood is outlawed as a terrorist organization in Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, the United Arab Emirates and Egypt, but is allowed to flourish in America and the West?" I shook my head and said, "I can think of no answer except foolishness and ignorance." This powerful leader, a Muslim himself, saw the Muslim Brotherhood as a threat not only to Western civilization, but even to the stable order of Muslim countries like his own. He could not understand why the United States permitted such a threat to operate within its own borders. Yet there are signs that America's casual attitude toward the existential threat of the Muslim Brotherhood may be changing. Texas Senator Ted Cruz has been trying for more than a decade to have the Muslim Brotherhood officially designated a terrorist organization. He introduced a series of Senate bills to make that designation, but critics blocked each one. His opponents argued that only some branches of the Brotherhood are violent, so it would be wrong to condemn the entire organization. I would suggest that such a view of the Muslim Brotherhood is the equivalent of making a stew out of beef, carrots, potatoes, and onions, seasoned with poisonous hemlock and deadly nightshade. The vast majority of the ingredients are wholesome and perfectly healthy, so it would be wrong to condemn the entire stew because of a few toxic ingredients, wouldn't it? I'm glad Senator Cruz sees the Brotherhood for what it truly is, and that he's taking strong action, despite opposition from the Brotherhood's far-left allies. On July 16, 2025, Senator Cruz announced a new version of his Muslim Brotherhood Terrorist Designation Act and was joined by Senators Tom Cotton, R-Arc, John Boozman, R-Arc, Rick Scott, R-Fla, Ashley Moody, R-Fla, and Dave McCormick, R-Par. Representatives Mario Diaz-Balart, R-Florida, and Jared Moskowitz, D. Florida, have also introduced companion legislation in the House. When Senator Cruz announced the new bill, he said, "The Muslim Brotherhood is a terrorist organization, and it provides support to Muslim Brotherhood branches that are terrorist organizations. One of those branches is Hamas, which on October 7th committed the worst single-day massacre of Jews since the Holocaust, which included the murder and kidnapping of at least 53 Americans." Cruz added that the Brotherhood poses an acute threat to American national security interests. American allies in the Middle East and Europe have already labeled the Brotherhood a terrorist organization, and the United States should do the same and do so expeditiously. Leftists and progressives seem incapable, however, of grasping the worldview of the Brotherhood, especially its willingness to patiently pursue its dreams of conquest over a span of generations. The Muslim Brotherhood starts with influencing public opinion and government policies, but will use any means, including subversion and terrorism, to dismantle Western societies. Senator Cruz's legislation would expose the Brotherhood's true nature and help disrupt its financial and propaganda networks. Dr. Lorenzo Vidino, director of George Washington University's program on extremism, explained why Senator Cruz's legislation is urgently needed. "The Brotherhood is a very nefarious group," he said, adding, "It's not black and white, it's very grey. The fact they have this ability to present themselves as moderate make them way more dangerous in the long term. Nobody in Congress would meet with ISIS or Al-Qaeda, but they do meet with the Brotherhood." Senator Cruz's bill is a necessary step, but eyes only one step. We have a long way to go to prevent the jihadists from achieving their objective. The fall of our civilization and the establishment of a global caliphate.